So here we are at Eltham Library for the month of April 2015, exhibiting our wares. It is myself and a collection of some of my fabulous arty friends who have put this together. I forgot to put a name to it, so I've decided to go with the exhibit with no name. We have the very talented Vala Wild in Coulton and a couple of her wonderful unicorns. She normally models unicorns and circus horses and just loves horses in general. We have the poetic artist that is Gale. You can catch some of the shows I have done with him on YouTube, including Magic and Rock and Roll. Christy Casati, you can see she too is a delightful artist, again very colourful and very magical. This is a piece by Gavin Kearney. His art is amazing and always vibrant. Ali Simmons makes wonderful masks. This one is from feathers, snakeskin and various other pieces. And I should have zoomed in more for you to see the detail really. We have the talented Jude Cowan Montague and her Rock of Ages. This is a ceramic piece. Jude dabbles in a variety of mediums and do check out her CDs. So I'd like to thank all the artists who took part in this and to Martin, who was a star helping set it all up and made it all look superb. Hi Jack,
Hiya.
Tell us about your paintings or your art.
Yeah, these are montages. They're what in the dim distant days of the 1960s used to be referred to rather grandly as mixed media. They're basically montages with other elements added, using things like chalk, pencil, ink and even a photocopier. In fact, I'm very much into using a photocopier as an artistic tool. Surprising the stuff that will come out, literally. So that was, Gwyneth Neath was done that kind of way. What you have to ask yourself when you look at this wonderful character is, would you buy a used car from this man? The face may look a wee bit familiar. I don't know how well your viewers will be able to see the face. Yes, as you might have gathered, I did in fact use my own visage. It's when I had hair, in the days when I had hair.
A couple of years ago.
Rather more than this, 1983, when I hadn't opted for the fashionable grey look I've opted for now. And let's go out neat on the right there, the Fairy Lord, resident beneath Glastonbury Tor, riding out with his wild hunt and initiating mortals with the fire of his embrace. I just love that whole Gwyneth Neath Glastonbury Tor thing. I think it's absolutely wonderful. I've got little links of this gentleman, and long may it continue. He's still very much around. Now the lady is Morgan, simply called Morgan. Those people who are familiar with the Arthurian mythos, it's probably everybody watching this, what we call Morgan le Fay from the Tales of King Arthur. By the time that Mallory had got to writing it all down, Morgan le Fay had taken on rather negative connotations because of the Christian authorship. She tended to be seen as somebody a bit dodgy and a bit nasty, and into something called sorcery, which many of us are still into. We don't see her that way at all. We see her very much as the ensoulling feminine aspect of Glastonbury. Her symbol is the apple. And for us, when you're walking on that sacred soil of Glastonbury and the apples are scattered around in the autumn, you're really walking on the body of Morgan herself. And we relate to her. I've got a very close relationship with Morgan. She's absolutely fantastic. Now, she's standing there holding something open. She's opening up the lid of the chalice well, the blood spring. Red and white springs flow together at Glastonbury at the foot of the Tor. And she's opening the lid of the blood spring. You can see the Vesica Pisces in there. And the skyline is the skyline. The view that you get from the Tor, when you stand up on the Tor on a fine day, and you see the blue dripping hills in the distance. And the Hinkley Point power station actually is just out in the view. You see it on the horizon, you see the wisps of smoke coming out there. And yeah, that's Morgan. So Morgan and Gwyn, if you like, just different polarities, the male principle and the female principle. Now that doesn't in any way mean that you have to be female to work with her. any more than you have to be only a male to work with him. I don't mind which you are. That's absolutely fine, no problems.
I love working with clay, I love unicorns, and I love Debs. So I've made Debs and clay unicorns for post shower to Library.